United States. So it is it's 2 o'clock early morning. So, but still, I want to participate, and I want to get connected with the ACSE. So I'm here. So I'll be the moderator for this session. The first session is going to be with the speaker. I'm going to introduce the speaker. She is Maryam Sayab, and she'll be speaking on navigating scholarly publishing, an introduction to the Asian Council of Science Editors and latest updates. Before I give presentation to Maryam Sayab, I'm going to introduce about her. Maryam Sayab is an independent writer, trainer, and a strategic planner holding a demonstrated history of working in the publishing and the management consulting industry with profound skills in editorials and scholarly communication. She is passionate about scholarly publishing and currently serving the Asian Council of Science Editors as a Director of Communications. Previously, she had worked for the Asian Network for Scientific Information Developing and some of their flagship medical journals. She is an engaged editorial board member of Trends in Scholarly Publishing and a dedicated member of the Academy of Excellence in Biosciences. With a portfolio of over 15 publications, her research focuses on scientific communications, peer review, and publishing ethics. So with this introduction, Maryam Sayab, it is over to you. You can start your presentation, and the presentation is going to be for 20 minutes. And any questions, you can ask them at the end of the presentations, at the end of these sessions. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ravindra, for inviting me. Before I start, please check if I'm audible, and let me share my slides too. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
And what about the screen?
Yes, we can see your slide clearly.
Okay. Thank you again, Dr. Thank you, Dr. Ravindra, for introducing me. I would like to thank ACSE for granting me the honor of delivering today's talk on behalf of the Council once again this year. I'm privileged to contribute to the promotion and dissemination to the collective efforts of Asian Council of Science Editors for the Asian publishing community. I have been connected with the Council for several years, and I'm excited to dig into today's topic, that is navigating scholarly publishing and introduction to Asian Council of Science Editors and latest updates. My today's talk will shed light on navigating scholarly publishing and offer insights into valuable contributions and advancements made by ACSE in this dynamic landscape. Now, let's kick off our discussion with a formal introduction to Council. As I look around, I have seen many familiar faces here today who must already been very well versed about the Council's mission. But for the new faces, I think who have joined us for the first time, let me provide a concise overview of Asian Council of Science Editors. Back in 2013, the Asian Council of Science Editors was established as a non-profit organization with a clear purpose to promote and uphold the best publishing practices in Asia while expanding global footprint of the Asian publishing industry. The primary aim of Asian Council of Science Editor is to create strong connections among scholarly societies, publishers, publishing entities, we can say, and research communities transcending geographical boundaries. I would add to it that ACSE is not just an information dissemination platform, but also a proactive engagement platform. We are trying our very best to develop technological solutions that are tailor-made for the ever-evolving needs of Asian scholarly publishing community. So whether you are an old friend with ACSE, a council member of the ACSE, or you are joining us today, my today's discussion and talk will provide insights into ACSE's journey and its latest update. Now, moving forward, let's have a quick peek into the heart of ACSE's mission and vision. Our council was born with a clear purpose to bridge the gap between Asia and the more developed publishing industries. We are all about building capacity among Asian researchers, publishers, editors, and everyone involved in the intricate journal publishing process. So I would say that ACSE stands as a beacon for its members, its partners, providing dynamic platforms for education, engagements. These spaces allows minds to meet, I think ideas to ignite, and the latest insights to empower all those in the academic realm, especially focusing Asian publishing community. Looking at the vision, we, the entire team of ACSE, we are dedicated to offer the most reliable, trustworthy, and suitable solutions and resources to the Asian scholarly publishing community. We are very best trying to somehow minimize or transcend the regional divisions, overcome technical challenges and other limitations of Asian publishing community. Here, I would like to just add one more point. It's always been very easy to point out or spot flaws in a system. But at ACSE, we are not just pointing fingers. We are digging, and I would say diving deep into the root level problems, addressing the core issues, facing future challenges, and minimizing the technological gaps to make the meaningful difference where it truly counts. Now, moving forward, now before exploring the council updates and accomplishments, let's take a moment to understand the diversified geographical curves of scholarly publishing, especially in Asia and developed worlds. You can think of it as our journey through the geographical curves of the field of scholarly publishing. To make the things more relatable to all of you, even the beginners and the expert professionals, I'm drawing a comparison among Asia and the developed countries, and or we can say developed publishing industries. Although there are a lot of factors to unpack when we talk about scholarly publishing, still, considering the time constraints, I'm narrowing down the points to three basic parameters, that is capacity building, technological strides, and research funding. Now, for the very first point, let's talk about discussing the backbone of scholarly publishing, which is, in my opinion, regulatory bodies. You all must aware that regulatory bodies of a country or a region, they play an important role in curating, implementing, and ensuring the availability of resources and information. So if we talk about the well-developed or well-established countries or territories like Europe, US, UK, Canada, etc., there are organizations like COPE, Council of Science Editors, ALPSP, and EASE that stands as an authority safeguarding the integrity of publishing among the fast-paced advancement. However, when we talk about, or when the panorama shifts towards Asia, it is rather vast and I would say diversified region. So here are only a diversified organizations that are mostly regional, that are trying to juggle and manage the immense diversity among Asian publishing community. So I would say that among all of these, Asian Council of Science Editors shines as a prominent player to serve the community at national and international levels. Now, why am I emphasizing the regulatory bodies at most? It's because we have to understand and must realize that in Asia, we lack a unified regulatory framework, while there is another parameter that solutions that are developed for developed countries are not sufficient enough to fully understand or equip the unique challenges of Asian publishing industry. So this is where ACSE comes in as I would like to say, a homegrown council standardized to our region's complexities equipped to understand our real-time challenges and offer tailored solutions. Now, when we have regulatory bodies in check, let's address another critical aspect. Obviously, the developed regions with well-managed and mature regulatory bodies, they will ultimately come with and cultivate an ecosystem of research and journal publishing that's not only advanced, but it's also finely tuned. This is something we all at ACSE genuinely admire and commend. However, it's crucial to recognize that there's no shortcut for Asia. We can't simply adopt to the strategies of developed nation to bypass our regional demands and surmount our challenges. So it's tempting to solely rely on the resources that are developed by the most advanced countries and developed publishing industry, but it's really not feasible route for Asian publishing industry to follow on. Despite the prolific research output in Asia, dedication, and the time we invest in research and total research production, we often find Asian community under the scrutiny of alleged publishing malpractices. So I believe this situation can change with effective leadership of our own that belongs to Asia, to our own home ground, that understands the complexities of our region, take ownership of our publishing activities, and it's high time that we join our hands together to shape a path that is sync with the distinctive needs and aspiration. Now, this second point is that building on the foundation of regulatory bodies, the developed world has excelled in constructing advanced infrastructure to manage their publication, submission, post-publication, their ethics, and each process of publishing ecosystem. So they boost a source of latest knowledge. They have cutting-edge technological tools. They have comprehensive training programs and abundant resources for whole of their publishing community. A level of support, I would say, that often surpasses what we currently need in Asia. Next, obviously, with the best regulatory bodies, this aspect that I'm going to talk about also directs our attention to the territory of funding and resource availability in Western countries. In contrast, when we talk about Asia, we struggle and handle a significant challenge for insufficiency of funds and resources. Next point, if we examine the outcome of developed world with Asia, these two distinctive landscapes, it's evident that the advanced countries naturally take the lead in publishing high impact factor journals. But when we come to Asia, what happens? We are still grappling with the challenge of navigating with predatory publishing landscape and avoiding inactive and sleepy journals. Now, moving forward to the next point, we all know that developed countries, they predominantly operate in English language in all sort of aspects. But when we talk about Asia, it's culturally diverse, it's multilingual that we cannot escape. So, which gives rise to another boundary, or I can say challenge, that is language barriers for Asia that comes as a hurdle when we start towards advancing the publishing community. Now, the last point of this slide I would like to explore, that developed nations, they exhibit a more unified and structured approach in adopting instructions, workflow technologies, and AI tools in publishing processes. Conversely, when we see in Asia, we often witness that the authorities or the regulatory bodies, they are either individual or have regional institutional disparities when it comes to ethics and quality controls. So this fragmented approach demands more effort, I think, with relatively limited outcomes. So to transcend these challenges and address the prevailing publishing issues, I think centralization of regulatory bodies and institutes is the only key to address. we must align ourselves with established regulatory bodies like ACSE to guide us in navigating the landscape of scholarly publishing and forge a path towards lasting solutions. Next, I would like to share with you one of the tools developed by ACSE. It's ScienceOne online submission and manuscript publishing and peer review management system. This tool was developed to address one of the significant challenge faced by local and less active society journals in Asia. To tackle this challenge of Asian publishing industry, ACSE has ingeniously developed a smart tool tailored to support journal management teams and publishers. It's important to acknowledge that the tool created for the developed nations that cannot align with the complexities and context and cannot understand the demands of Asian publishing community. So to illustrate, while we do have well-established online submission system, their sometimes user interface is a big problem, their cost is a problem for Asian publishing community, and technical aspects often differ significantly from our requirements in Asia. So this brings up the essence of ScienceOne development to offer a dependable, cost-effective, and user-friendly editorial system. ScienceOne strives to meet the international standards while streamlining procedures to cater the unique needs of Asian publishing community. Now let's have a quick review of what ScienceOne offers and how it actually works. The system is meticulously designed to address the fundamental needs and preferences of Asian scholarly publishing community that involves individual journals, society journals, big publishing icons, and individual or small level publishers. ScienceOne offers user-friendly manuscript submission and management platform, simplifying the often intricate process of rigorous peer review. It also streamlines the production and layout procedures, ensuring a quicker turnaround. And it also offers one-click publication and post-publication promotions that are also integrated, and it saves time and enhances productivity. What sets ScienceOne apart from its emphasis on accessibility for non-technical users, making it suitable for researchers without IT background. Like a number of attendees that are joining us today might not have an IT background, but this ScienceOne tool is equipped in a way that even a person who has no technical background in IT, they can use this tool effectively to manage their journal, even at initial stages, even you are a society journal or you are managing a publisher seat with 100 or 200 plus journals. Also, the beauty of ScienceOne, it lies in its comprehensive subscription, which includes website and hosting services. With one installment of ScienceOne, you don't have to go for a separate web hosting and website management services from another resource. So with a single one unit, many challenges faced by the publishers in Asia can be effectively resolved. Now, moving forward, these slides just take me back to the time when we were facing a lot of challenges while developing this product of ScienceOne. We proudly launched the product in 2020, and the following year was dedicated to refining it based on the feedbacks from the users and our council members. So through collective effort in next year, we created a versatile science work portal. It's a customizable approach that you can tailor to the individual region's demands and technical level. I am thrilled to announce that ScienceOne is currently serving over 90 journals across Asia that are actively using ScienceOne portal to manage their submission, peer review to publication process. And additionally, for the backend team, there are like 200 to 300 journals that are still in process to complete or match the minimum eligibility criteria to get ScienceOne. For the future goals of this product, we are trying to expand the canvas of ScienceOne to host more than 500 journals at a single time for publishers, individual journals, and society journals. Now, moving forward, let's have a quick look on core strategies of Asian Council of Science Editors. We at ACSE, we centralize our efforts around 4 pillars. The first and foremost is we champion spreading awareness and promoting ethical practices in scholarly publishing. This involves understanding the evolving landscape and integrating ethical considerations into editorial workflows and post-publication processes. The second aspect that we talk about is addressing the needs of regional society journal editors, librarians, publishers, and community involved in publishing ecosystem. Our primary aim is to provide viable solutions, whether through information dissemination, technical tools, or preparing guidelines and resources. So the next is we are committed to empowering our connected publishing communities by fostering relationship among industry and academic professionals to nurture existing connections and forge new ones. Lastly, the Council is dedicated to capacity building. We offer educational platforms like Council webinars, annual meetings, conferences, that are available for both regional and international levels. These avenues provided by the Council provide learning opportunities, networking opportunities, and a chance to exchange ideas among scholarly communications. Moving next, let's have a quick review of how we are in numbers today. Our journey of growth continues at ACSE, and with our sights set on further expansion. This is not enough for what we put effort in the whole council. So at present, I'm proud to share that our community boasts over 6,000 members and more than 500 industry links that encompass our journal members, our corporate clients, our ambassadors, our academic peers. And what's more, delighted to share that ACSE has achieved a remarkable 95% member satisfaction rate in meeting the needs and addressing the challenges of our associated peers and community. As we move forward, ACSE team is committed in advancing scholarly publishing standards. We aim to facilitate the global and national research and publishing collaborations, while also, I would say, we are trying to champion diversity, knowledge, dissemination, and advocate ethics and integrity in publishing arena. Together, if we work by hand, joining each other hand, we are forging a path towards a more inclusive and impactful scholarly landscape of Asia. Now, wrapping up my today's presentation, I would like to underscore our core belief at Asian Council of Science Editors. We wholeheartedly embrace the power of a community-driven council. It's through our collective efforts, shared experiences, and united visions that we are shaping the future of Asian scholarly publishing community. Together, we foster collaboration, we advocate, we diversify and empower every voice in community. Let's stay connected as we move forward together in advancing the scholarly publishing community through evolution, equity, and empowerment. Feel free to reach out and stay in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Maryam. It was an excellent presentation, especially, giving the comprehensive update on scholarly activities at ACSE. And particularly, you talked about ScienceOne, which is a very good